everyone, it's Coach Carrie with your weekday coaching moment. And I'm going to title today's little talk, Get Out of the Basement. What do I mean by that? Let me share. I've been exercising all winter, and I exercise by going downstairs to the basement, getting on the treadmill, putting on something inspirational, motivational, and just going. And it's been so easy. I almost can't believe it. I ran further than I've ran ever outdoors, and I just thought I was totally getting into shape and I was finally grasping running. But here's what happened. This past Saturday, it was a beautiful day in Iowa, and by beautiful I mean like 40 degrees. People were wearing shorts and tank tops, all kinds of craziness, and everybody was enjoying the outdoors. And so I thought I would enjoy it by going on a run with my husband. And I told him, I said, I want to go 5 miles. I know I can do this. He's like, are you sure? It's like, I'm sure. So we started out, and we weren't even a half mile from the house when my side ache started coming on and my breathing started getting labored. And I thought, what is wrong with me? In the basement, I wouldn't be having any of these problems. I would be flying past this. And I try to focus, I try to breathe deep, I try to focus on some positive things, talking to myself, and I did get rid of the side ache, but the running was intense. It was hard, and it wasn't fun like it was in the basement. And by mile 3, I just told my husband, just quit waiting for me, just go. I need to stop, and I need to walk. And I was still 2 miles from home, because remember I said I want to run 5 miles, and so I still had 2 miles to go, and I was walking and thinking and pondering, why was it so hard? I couldn't figure it out. How could there be that big of a difference between the treadmill and outdoors? I know there's hills and stuff like that, but seriously, a half mile in, I can't breathe? The next day I saw my friend Brenda, and Brenda runs marathons. Like, she really runs a lot of marathons. And I said, Brenda, I have this problem. I've been running on a treadmill all winter, and I've been doing really well. I've really increased my miles and my time and everything, and I'm almost 2 minutes a mile slower outdoors, and I could barely run after a half mile. What's wrong? And she said, I've heard this problem a lot, Carrie. I said, you have? And she's like, yeah, you've created a really bad habit. I said, I have? She said, you said you want to run. You want to run a market to market. You want to run 5Ks or 10Ks and maybe possibly a half marathon, but yet you're training on a treadmill. You're training indoors, and you're getting on something that you set the speed, and you just have to run. You don't have to think. You just go, and it makes your feet go because it's moving. I never really looked at it that way. And she said, outdoors, there's hills and there's puddles, and your footing's just all different. You have to think more, Carrie. It's a mind game running outdoors. You got to think differently about it. And if you want to find success, Carrie, then you need to create a new habit, a habit of training outdoors. You'll never run a half marathon if all your training is on a treadmill, because you can't take the treadmill with you outdoors. So I've been reflecting on that, because her words really rang true. And I thought, what other areas of my life, or I'm going to ask you, your life, could you be creating habits thinking that they're for good, but maybe they're hindering you from what you're really trying to accomplish? What other areas in your life do you need to maybe create a new habit to get to where you're going? I'm going to leave you with that coaching thought. In order to have greatness, we must create habits that will help us be great. If you want more information about who I am and what I do, please visit my website at www.loveyourlife2.com. Thanks, everyone, and have a great day.